Happy Sunday. Here we are, the start of a new crossword week, or actually, it's the start of a calendar week for me, but it's the culmination of a crossword week. My name is Katie. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day, and at the very least, share the solution here. But today, on Sundays, we solve live, and that is sometimes true for others, but always on Sunday. We tackle this one together. So, if you want to be part of the club, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. You're on YouTube. Come on. So I promised myself that I would turn on solving music because I've been forgetting that part. So let's do that. And then let's get ourselves together. Now, today I am using not a lavalier mic. So if there's background noise, sincere apologies, but it's how the house rolls. I also have to be honest that I'm having like a choral festival hangover today. I am tired. My eyes are tired. My brain is not waking up yet. So this could be super helpful, or it could be a real journey. So let's just hope it's more of like a brain waking up exercise and less of like a let's just do it in spite of my slow gray cells today. So we have two co-solvers today, Rebecca Goldstein and Christina Iverson. I'm always fascinated by that scenario where two people construct the puzzle. How does that work? Does someone like outline it? Do they both how do you collaborate on something like this? If you know, educate me. All right. Our theme for this Sunday is down in the valley. Down in the valley. That could play out in myriad ways. All right. Oh, this is a big one today. Look at this. 131 clues for the across and 119. It looks like 123 for the down. So this is substantial. It is a buffet instead of just a regular breakfast. All right, better get to it or our time will be too much. Oh, Santa Anna, it could be. Santa, it's going to be a woman's name because it's Santa. So we'll keep that in mind. One, acting on impulse. Oh, I wonder if this is axon. Now, we saw this in the puzzle this week, and why do I just feel like that could be? Let's look at 19 down, rust. It is because rust is oxide. Let's fill it in and listen. If we're wrong, no harm, no foul. But yesterday I was on fire with the guesses out of nowhere, and so maybe I'm riding the wave. Split from suddenly, in a way. Okay. Extras, add-ons, maybe. Greek sun god, Helios. Oh, spell it right, Kate. No. I don't know what a Ronnie is. So we'll find out. Could it be? Was an employee at Oh my God. In Valley speak. I mean, wow. Oh, this is Antoine. Don't ask me to say that full name. I don't know. But this makes me think this is Rosa. Santa Rosa. That makes sense. Oh, and look, so we had Raj in the puzzle yesterday, which is like the British colonial rule. Today we have Raja and Jilt, which Rani must be queen, maybe? Maybe. Sold like hotcakes. So that's a phrase unto itself. But in the valley, where like has seeped out of the valley into everyday life, it would be like sold like hotcakes. I love this puzzle already. I love it. Quick bite is a nosh, probably. And word with job or track. Inside. Inside job, inside track. More likely to clap back, I'm guessing sassier. Let this be a lesson. A spec, I think, could be a deet. And move in. Move. In realtor speak, reload. That I learned from the crossword puzzle. Never heard this in real life, nor am I a realtor. So, and while we're here, to sound educated and important, you pronounce that word realtor. It is not a realtor. Realtor. You hear that all the time? No. Realtor. Just say the word like it's spelled. No shame. Just fix it. Oh, let this be a lesson. I don't, oh gosh, I don't know. Shakespearean conjunction. We need more information. Deep-seated desires. Wide and uninhibited as a grin. Uninhibited. Oh, wide as a grin? I have no idea. Okay, this is Taos because there's really no other option. I mean, look at how bizarre that word is. I'm sure it's a name, no disrespect, but I mean, just from a spelling standpoint, when do you ever have A before O? Almost never. Except for names like Taos and Laos. Bit of travel info. ETA. Okay. Also, ETA, I think, has been in the puzzle every day this week. It's common. This, I think, is going to be... well, I was going to say let's put an S in here, but let's not. Let's keep going. Start of a song with the same tune as Twinkle, ABCD. A, B, C, D, twinkle, twinkle, little star. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right? Watercolors. Aquas. Now see there? That is the most classic form, I think, of a clue for a crossword. Because you're thinking watercolors. Oh, paints of some kind. No. The color of waters. Which gives us the most wonderful gift of a crossword puzzle or the Scrabble board. If you have these two, Q generally followed by a U. Sometimes they will sneak in like a Q-Bert reference, which is annoying, but a hadron component, I think, is a quark. Not a quirk, a quark. And this, I believe, is going to be burnt. Does this make sense? Yes, it does. Needing iron supplements, anemic, and Urkel. I was wondering what possibly that was going to be, because you really don't ever, in English, you don't really see U-R-K, because even we spell irked, I-R-K. So, designer who helped popularize the beatnik look. Okay, here's the thing about YSL. It's in here a lot. I think it's more famous for being a crossword public glue than an actual like fashion brand. It's one of those legacy brands. Could I tell you what it looks like? No. No. Okay. Okay. Wide and uninhibited as a grin. Toothy. Sure. Okay. Got it. Banned some Egyptian royalty in Valley speak. Shook like a leaf. Huh? Yeah, it's good. You know what? I have to pause this because my dog is begging to come in. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Hopefully for you, that pause was infinitesimally small. Okay, so fanning Egyptian royalty is like with a palm frond, right, from the movies. Don't think they do that anymore, but okay. What Alaska is among all the states. Okay, I'm thinking this is going to end in EST. Coldest, probably. And eccentric sort, kook. One of 5 Norwegian kings. It's either Olaf with an F or with a V. I'm going to put it in as an F. We'll see if that pans out. And while we're moving right along here, I don't want to leave this just out here. So milk source, yes, would be teat. And let this be a lesson. Take heed. Even though who says that anymore? I don't know. Can't help you, but score direction for some stringed instruments is arco.
No. Grant. No.
Shakespearean conjunction, air, and deep-seated desires, aches. The dog that I just brought in is getting in trouble in the background. If you can hear that, it's not great. A neuron is a cell. Who knew? It's totally different structure than the rest of our cells. That I remember from high school AP biology. Also how I know axon so easily. Mentally nimble, clever, I think. And of course, in a Brazilian meal, am I gonna guess that this is salada? It sounds right. The thing about Brazilian is it is Portuguese, not Spanish. So close, but not quite. And so salad in Spanish is, I think, spelled with the T, I think. This is in here a lot. I don't remember it right now, and so we'll get some help here. Intellectual gathering would be a salon, I bet. Okay, we're doing good. Oily fruits are olives, and yes, fun fact, an olive is a fruit. It is not a vegetable because it has a pit. So it is related actually to anything with a pit, like peaches and plums and etc. Same kind of family, even though we use it completely differently. Irritated with, sore at, I think, it's maybe an old-fashioned way to say it, but carpet on the forest floor would be moss. And let's just see if we can get this in one shot. I believe this is Akira. Now, let's look over here. Yeah, snarf down and get even. Oh. I don't know. Well, we'll get that. We'll fill that in. Let's come here. Oh, I think this is Olga. And why was she even in that movie? Like, I've never heard of her. Except for that, I've never seen her again. Why? Extra space? I'm not sure yet, but I'm having like a moment of deja vu right now. I feel like I have solved this clue in this place with that letter before. So I don't know. Some microbuses. Microbuses. I don't know what that is. They shine during the day. Great heights. Okay. Well, a remote button could be a bunch of things, but typically it's either record or rewind. So let's keep an RVs, I wonder. That would be a microbus, I guess. I mean, some RVs are like a full bus. And either way, I think this is going to be an E, so let's see if that does anything. They shine during the day. See, I don't know. Oh. Architectural feature above a belfry, which is where the bell sits in a tower. I think that could be spire. And if we come over here, we don't have enough information for that. Swamp critter. Croc? Let's try. Let's go for the long one. We're doing good on these. You know, this is going to be like, did some birding. Like a lark. Like a lark. But I don't know what this would be. Because usually lark references are like singing. So, keep dreaming. Okay, we're just kind of moving our way here. Oh, God who sacrificed an eye for wisdom. That must be Greek. I'm not great at these pantheons beside the main one, you know? I don't know. Relating to some forces on Earth, tidal. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is Odin, and I'm thinking of the wrong pantheon of gods. Those would be the Norse gods, but let's try it because I can't think of any offhand that would be Greek or Roman. Oh, okay. This is a guess, but I feel like when it's coming to poultry, I'm doing great the past couple days. Smallest relative of an ostrich. I wonder if this is Kiki, and I don't even know why I think I know that, but somewhere deep in my brain, I'm like, I have a great confidence that that's the answer. No. Oh, but maybe it's Kiwi, because this is AWOL. Nowhere to be found. And actually, this makes a lot of sense because this suggests that that's probably from New Zealand, you know, where the people are called Kiwis, even though we think of the fruit, but I think it's actually a reference to the bird. Kind of mushroom that comes in a bundle is enoki, and I know that just because it's been in here so much, but they have the tall skinny stems and the bigger caps. They're in Japanese food a lot, I feel like. Leave alone. I do not know. Let something, probably. Let be. Let be. Let's try that. Craving is an itch. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Got just right. Aced. Also, if you do this puzzle every day, you know aced is going to show up in some kind of way. I think it's kind of a nod to regular solvers. Like, here you go. You know this. Doctor Who and Dr. Foster error with the is Beeb. The Beeb. BBC. And not like Justin Bieber. Souvenir from the seashore. Shell. Jessica of Better Sister. The Better Sister. Beale. I think we spell it that way. Let's go with that until it doesn't work. You know what? Let's live on the edge. Let's try to get this big long one. Hitchhike with with a hangnail in Valley speak? Okay. We took a swing and it didn't work out. So let's keep going. We'll get it eventually. This is Deco, famously the Radio City Music Hall, along with the Empire State Building and, those early 20s buildings. All of them, Art Deco. Chicago has a ton of them as well. One might be named for a king or queen. That could be many things. Treats, in a way, as a swelling ices. Part of rice, rest, ice, compression, elevation. There you go. I've had more sprained ankles than I've had like normal ankles. So many. Oh, sure. Grub. Now, I would say eats, like food, but that doesn't look right. Make, level. Okay. So remember I said F or V, guess what? Guessed wrong. And that does give us eats. And here we go. Oh, sure. I'll do it. Wild guess is stab. Summary of a contract's details. Okay. Rita Ora, we know for sure. Always helpful. I will say, on the level of clues being difficult this Sunday, let this not jinx me, but this Sunday is not hard. We're just making our way slowly and surely here. But what took so long is about time, and we're halfway through, and it's 19 minutes. So I think we're doing better than my average. Oh, sure. I'll bet. Oh, sure. Like so many. No, so many. Lots of, I wonder. Listings in a bankruptcy filing is assets. And so many. I think this is lots of. And I'm only surprised because it ends in a preposition, and that's grammatically not correct. Isn't it funny? And I want you to know. Wow. Hang on. I'll tell you that story in a minute. One might be named for a king or a queen. That's looking questionable, but we're right. So what can... Oh, hang on. This is not a lark. Because what can we do? So this makes me think this is hawk. Something like a hawk. Ooh. I knew it. Aha. And peaceful period. Yeah. Hawks, I bet. Yep. So, like the Pax Romana, it's a period when there were no wars. So there you go. Okay. Let's keep going. Once again, I have to pause because the other dog is now desperate to come in. So I'll be right back. Back again. Okay. We're doing really well here. So they shine during the day. Oh boy. Okay. I wonder if supplies is stores. Wouldn't that be nice? Keep dreaming. Pretty fishy. Now, I think this is sus. If that is correct, they need to do something with this clue, I think. because sure, there's like a, like a wink and a nod, but sus is so lingo-y that feels weird. Oh, this is John Nash. That's the Beautiful Mind guy. So, we're on the right track here. I don't know that. God who rides in a chair pulled by two goats. Wow. No. Oh, you know what? This is Era. A sore. Okay. Guess what? Croc's not right. Can't be too surprised about that because this felt like it should have come easier. Hitchhiked with a hangnail. Stands out like a sore thumb. Stands out like as a sore thumb. Maybe. No, something is very bad here. Something's not right. I'm going to take this out because that was kind of a real guess, and I don't think that's good. Let's come over here, though. Terms. That seems okay. Improve is heal, maybe? Is this... Okay, that's oaths. I was like, if this is Odie, which I've seen before, it's annoying. It's raining men. Hallelujah. And term sheet. W-2 requirement. SSN. God love the social security number. Made some outfield errors in Valley Speak. You know what? We just spelled this wrong, I think. BL. Yeah, maybe. Let's try that. Swatted like flies? Swatted flies? Okay. I don't know. You had one job. Which? I was like, what could they possibly put in there? But sure. Now, this is interesting. Okay. This, in hindsight, is weird. If this is right, stand out like, obviously we know, stand out like a sore thumb. But why stand out? And that might be a stretch for me. Pump, say. I've been had. Feel like you hear that on like Scooby-Doo. First state to implement bottle deposit to fight littering. Well, that's going to be very apparent when we get this. What's this? Pump. The official fuel of the NHL. I'm thinking it's SO. Because that is a Canadian gas. I don't know what it has to do with the NHL. And this is, it's shoe. I was going to say that's very suspect to have that group of letters, but that does make sense. Okay, this is maybe stars. Now, what is happening here? I'm not entirely sure. Something's not right in here, but we'll work it out. Oregon, why did we doubt? Why did we not know that right off the bat? That sounds right on brand for Oregon. Supplies. Keep dreaming. Swamp critter. Maybe spider's not right. Let's just hedge our bets here. Take that out. Oh. Great heights. Accolades? Okay. Oh, you know what? Remote button. So I wonder if this is soap stars, which kind of makes me rethink RVs altogether, even though that would be the most amazing answer. Let's try this and see if this makes more sense. That doesn't look good. Supplies. That could be a noun or a verb. Supplies. You know, it would be nice to know what this is. Wonder if this is koan. I feel like I've seen that before. Keep dreaming. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit because I'm not seeing anything here. God doesn't ride in a chariot. I would say Thor, but that seems crazy. Person from South Asia, I think could be Desi. Cousin of a Tony. Obi? That's the Off-Broadway awards, I think. Competitor who has good manners. Competitor who has manners. Good sport. Okay, so we're moving again. Stepped up to the plate. Batted. And woes. Ills. Ooh. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, there's more. And also, we got to think about that section above. But you know what? We're regaining momentum here. Awe-inspiring light show. Aurora? That's awe-inspiring. Sushi consisting... Oh, this is nigiri, I think. No. Oh, shoot. Because this is going to be... Oh. Hang on. We'll figure this out. State capital in the Treasure Valley. Uh-oh. This looks not right. Good. Now, see, it's indicating that that's not correct. And I just think that's a crime. Okay. Spot to plot. Lair. Fun fact, I was going to spell it the other way, but that would be liar. Never put that together before. Biblical tower locale is Babel or Babel. However, I think it should be Babel. Oh. Treasure Valley, that may suggest that we're thinking about a Western state, and I just can't. It'll come. Specialized vocabularies. Oh, okay. Nigiri. Prepared for some new pet fish. Ugh. Okay, this I think is right. Oh, okay. So we've got argots, which I've seen before, not just in the puzzle. It's just a weird word. I didn't know that's what it meant. I recognize the word. And this is Boise. Okay, listen. A good loser is not a thing. Okay? It's not. You're a good sport. You're not a good loser. How rude. Now, here's the thing. Built. Oh, did I just spell this wrong? I did. Okay. Built like a tank. Now, I do have a question. Do we build tanks when we get fish? You get a tank. Like, building a tank to me says you're like gluing pieces of glass together. No one does that. I like the concept of this puzzle, but I feel like they had to really stretch to get the answers that they put in here. And I can blame 2 of them now. Okay, done. Let's try that. Clears as a profit, maybe earns. And welcome at the door, ask in. Now, let's check our work. Yes, that looks good. Perform some witchcraft. Witchcraft in Valley Speak. I'm wondering if this is work, but we don't know. Yeah. Let's try way. I think that's probably right. Yeah, little redhead Annie. This is a yes/no question, and worked like, and we'll find out. Extol, laud. Joints shown by no show sex ankles. Sure. Something consumed by the ton by whales. Oh, krill. Now, when I was in middle school, we had Voyage of the Mimi as like a science, add in. And that is where I learned all about humpback whales. And humpback whales are vegetarians. They only eat krill, but they're like the hugest whales. I think there's one that's bigger. I could be wrong. They might be the biggest whales, and all they feed themselves on are these little krill, which are like little shrimpy like things. Isn't that crazy? Nature. Unexpected. Wow. I think this is Kia, but what kind of car is named Carnival? I have so many questions. That is right. It just makes me laugh to think of. Okay, and a high five is a slap. It's a happy slap. It's a I can't think of how to make that into one word. Very involved in. Knee deep. And catch all phrase from Latin. Et alia, which we've also seen this week. And we see a lot of weeks, but we typically see it the abbreviated way, et al. And so this is the second time, I think, this week that we've seen the full typed out version. A folded handout is a leaflet. Fashion designer Ella Emhoff. That's Doug Emhoff's daughter, who we all learned about in Kamala's campaign. Oh. Dios mío. I love it. Now, here's the thing. Why do I think this is going to be worked like a spell and also not a saying? Worked a spell makes sense, but worked like a spell, obviously the Valley Girl way of saying it would be what it would be. But as the regular phrase, sold like hotcakes. That's a regular thing that we say. Shook like a leaf. Worked like a spell? It's not spell. I'm glad I talked it out because it's charm. Yes. Gathers together, flocks. Birds of a feather flock together. Light into, lash at. I don't like it. You can lash out at, but lash at, that's also not a thing. Home of the road to Hana. I wonder if this is going to be like Mali. Oh, no, it's probably Maui. Maui. Okay. Hawaii's on my bucket list. I've never been there. Modern day Persia is, I think it's Iran. Oh, wow. We've got Maui and Kauai together. Fun times. Neglect to include would be omit. Yeah, this is Iran, obviously. Okay. Oh, okay. Dropped like flies. Because the clue, I don't know why I was neglecting to pay attention to the fact that we're talking about errors. Dropped like flies. So the Valley Girl version is dropped like flies. Dropped flies. I'm not a good Valley Girl. I don't have that affect. But that was big in the 80s. You really don't hear much about Valley Girls anymore. It's like a thing that's come and gone and hasn't come back. No complaints. What I was going to say before is, to me, it's funny that I talk so much about parts of speech when solving these puzzles, because grammar was the worst for me. And I've always been a good writer, but it's because I'm a good reader. So like, I don't really know parts of speech, or I just know how writing should sound, really. Like, I'm not a technical writer in any way. And so it's funny that I talk so much about, different parts of speech and participles and stuff like that, because that was never my thing. Okay, International Spy Museum, that makes sense. Whiskey flavorer is peat. And don't know if you know this or not, but whiskey, when it's spelled this way, is Scottish. And with the EY is like American. Let's go with that. I think that's right. Supplies. Okay, here we go. We're at 40 minutes. We're doing really well here today. Architectural feature above a belfry. Boy, I could have sworn this would have been spire. But, I'm going to take out soap. Even though that is a good answer, I just feel like that is not a thing. The more I think about it, I think this is right. Keep dreaming. Something, no. Swamp critter. Now, see, I would question stand out. Maybe it's not stand. It stood out like a... Stood out. I wonder. Okay, let's do a little backtrack. What if we try stood out? Is this something that could work? Swamp critter. Either way, I think this is a correction that needed to be made, because hitchhiked with the hangnail is past tense. See, there I am again. Tenses I'm better at. Stood out like a sore thumb. That makes sense. Stood out a sore thumb. And we're sure of this. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think we're making headway because we can get Spire back in here now. What is freaking me out here is Great Heights. Oh my God. The issue with soap stars is I can't get out of my head that microbuses are RVs. So I'm like, what remote button has an O in it? Video on demand? VOD? Ugh. Watched like a hawk. Yes. Okay. Okay. See, not right. Because this is hell no. Now, the question is, what in the world is this? Supplies. This is crock. Okay. 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 Stick out. Stick out like a sore thumb. This is heck no. This is stocks. I don't love antidides. Okay. What the heck is this now? Remote button. What's RWs? Some microbuses. Oh. May have to appeal to higher power because I am like stuck here. If this is an N, let me try to talk it out. Now, this word I don't know. This makes sense. They shine during the day. Soap stars. Makes sense. AWS. Watched like a hawk. Yes, that's right. Spire's right. All of that fills in correctly. So what? Oh no. Some micro. What could this be? That's an abbreviation, so that could be almost anything. So we need. Oh my God. Well, let's try it. Yeah. I thought maybe video on demand. Volume? Oh, okay. 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 Guess what? Once again, tense problem. Volume. We've solved this. Okay. Wow. There have been some highs and lows here today. I have to solve this in the correct amount of time. I feel like this is very average. I had high hopes that this was going to run so quickly, but boy, do we always get into like a mess right at the end. So here we go. For the theme, clever. I liked it. And actually, as we look back, once I got the correct answers, they're all good. Sold like hotcakes, watched like a hawk, stuck out like a sore thumb, worked like a charm, dropped like flies. All very legitimate. So good news there. And once we finally got our mind on straight, these came together as well. So there's nothing in here that makes me angry. I don't like lash at. That's very precious sounding. And some of these are just, I think, I mean, I guess if you got it, use it. I didn't love that, but I did like seeing pox in here. You don't see that so often. That was fun. Yeah. So overall, I think this was great. Let's have a look at the stats just to see how we compare. Oh, we're over the average. Look at that. If we didn't have, I feel like my typical Sunday issue is there's always a section that really throws me off, and it's not intended to be that difficult. I just either make it more difficult or I can't see it. I still would like to know. Yeah, I was having a real good, must have been well rested at the holidays there. So we're a little over average, but listen, I had to stop a couple times because the dogs were out and about. So overall, we're going to put a W in the win column for this one because the streak continues. I think tomorrow's going to make it 50 in a row. And it was enjoyable. It didn't overtax. There were some really clever parts, so I liked it. So anyway, thanks. If you're still here, thanks for being here. And I will certainly see you tomorrow with the start of a new week. But until then, enjoy the very last sips of this weekend and make Sunday afternoon count. You know, I probably won't, but you should. So I will see you tomorrow. And until then, have a great end of your weekend.